Hello, my loves. Welcome back to this channel. If you've been here before, welcome. If it's your first time here, I'm Mafalda, and on this channel, I discuss all things spirituality, healing, and higher wisdom, embodied wisdom. And in today's video, I will be talking about something a little bit different. And the reason is that I started this channel because I was called by the divine to start to share my wisdom, my gifts, and to be of service as a guide of transformation, as a healer, and as a spiritual teacher. However, as I mentioned in my first videos, I am still finding my voice, and I'm stepping into this arena, taking step by step and letting myself be guided. And I have very clearly been guided to start to talk about certain topics. And that's what I will be discussing today, the direction in which this channel is going. And if you did watch my introduction video in which I discuss a little bit of my background, the context of my spiritual journey and my healing journey, then you will know that my path has entailed dealing with sexual trauma, dealing with death, dealing with grief, and other subjects that might be considered taboo. Which brings me to the main topic of this video. I am being very called to discuss all things taboo. And this is not an easy thing to do, to step into it, but I am ready and I am being divinely guided to do so. So, without further ado, I found God in all the places I was told not to look. This is what my journey has been. And I know that allowing this piece of wisdom to sink in is in itself transformational. Because as a human collective, as a human civilization, we have been guided literally in the opposite direction of God. We have been brainwashed to believe that God is a person that is in the sky. In fact, not even a person, a man that sits up there in the sky, judging all of us, and to whom we must repent and beg for forgiveness. And ultimately, that is not the truth. That is not who or what God is. And at the end of the day, I have come into my own deep relationship and connection to the divine. And I have done so over the years, over the course of my 31 years on this earth as Mafalda. In this lifetime, I have done so through being brave and courageous enough to look, to not shy away from the shadow, from the dark side, thinking that it would lead me further astray from God. And it has not. In fact, it has deepened my connection to the all, to the cosmos, to the universe, and it has quite literally led me to remember who I am at a soul level, at a cosmic level. And that is a knowing, an expansion that will take you, that is taking me to higher dimensions of reality here on earth. And I am here to tell you that that is not only possible, it is what we are here to do. And so What are these places, these taboo places in which I have found God and that I was told not to look into? Death, sex, money, and power. And all these parts of life are transformational. My work at the end of the day is all about transformation. It's all about coming into union with the divine and remembering who we really are, doing God's work on this planet. And I wish I could say that you will transform without taking into account death, sex, money, and power, but you will not. And that is, at the end of the day, the truth. And as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, I am being very, very clearly guided to teach on these topics, particularly because we are in a moment in time where we have access to a lot of information, to a lot of teachings. And because we are in an era of spiritual entrepreneurship, spiritual business, conscious business, we have seen many coaches, many guides, many healers, many teachers sugarcoat the reality of spiritual awakening, sugarcoat the reality of shadow work, sugarcoat the reality of higher consciousness, of personal growth, of manifestation, you name it. And it is not easy to come on here and tell you the truth that actually the only way out is through, and the dark side is not your enemy. It is your friend. We live on Earth. This is a planet and a level of reality, a three-dimensional level of reality, or the third dimensional level of reality, comprised of 1, 2, and 3D, the body, the physical body, the mental body, and the emotional body. And in this world, this 3D world, we have what is called duality, good and bad, night and day, light and dark. And it is by rejecting the dark that we allow it to grow. Anything that we run away from, anything that we resist will persist. It will grow, and it will grow in the shadows. So we will not be aware of just how much it will be affecting and impacting our lives. And so ultimately, at the end of the day, you will come to a point on your journey where you will be asked to face death, asked to face sex, asked to face money, and asked to face power if you want to truly transform. And if you are ready to truly transform in a way that is sustainable, in a way that is holistic and not just a temporary fix. And so, my dear friend, take my hand. We can do this together. There is nothing to be afraid of. It is when we reject the dark side that fear grows. And we are here to heal through love. We are here to alchemize all that lower level distortion to come into our higher selves, or our truest selves, however you want to name it. And that is only done by integrating that which we shamed, that which we deemed wrong. And you can see the role that religion has played in this. And that is why, or in part, one of the reasons why I'm called to speak about God. Because God is not related to religion. We are all connected to God directly, and we do not need middlemen to steward or guide that connection. Yes, absolutely. Mystics, priestesses, priests are here to guide, of course, but guide you back to your own heart, to your own soul, to your own direct connection to the divine that can never, ever, ever be severed. Ever, truly. And so let's do it. Let's face the darkness. The only way out is through. And when you face your fears, when you come out on the other side of death, of grief, of darkness, what you realize is that it was never about good versus bad, love versus fear. It was about transcending the fight. Love is infinitely more powerful than evil. Love is infinitely more powerful than fear. And that is why you can find, let's say, quote unquote, unquote, find love at the bottom of bottomless grief. You can find love at the bottom of bottomless trauma. You can find love at the bottom of bottomless death. That's power. Real power. Power that is not about abusing others. Power that is not about controlling others. Power that is about remembering who you really are. Remembering that that love that you keep seeking outside of yourself has been right here all along. You've just been too afraid to look. And I hope you can see how we've been steered away from all these dark aspects of life because of the power that is contained in actually becoming aware and conscious and diving deep into them. That is a power that you come into that will not allow you to be controlled, to be manipulated. And that is not in the interest of those that want to keep us enslaved, is it? That is why we've been shamed and guilted into thinking that sex is dirty, that death is to be feared, something that we're not supposed to look at, something that we're not supposed to talk about. Money is dirty, power is abusive. Well, no, these have been distorted in our world, and it's about time that we restore their divinity and their sacredness. There is sacredness, there is sanctity, sacredness in death, in sex, in money. Yes, even in money, in power. So I am truly, truly excited and inspired to now lead you in this direction of finding God in all the places we were told not to look. And ultimately, I feel that the videos I posted before are, of course, valuable, and there is a lot of quality content in them. But at the end of the day, all of us are called to serve through our unique medicine. And I was still shying away from sharing my unique medicine, from being too dark, from talking about discussing subjects that were considered taboo. And I am no longer afraid. And actually, that's why I'm dressed in black. Another myth that I want to debunk. Wearing black does not attract negative energies. Spirituality, being spiritual, being awakened, being on a path of enlightenment does not need to look a certain way. That is still a play of duality. That is still placing our value or our safety or our worthiness in the 3D. We are divinely protected and guided. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter what clothes you wear, what music you like to listen to. Your connection to God is not a performance to the outside world. Your connection to God is the most intimate, precious connection you will ever develop in your life, because It is your connection to your true self. Because God lives within us, not outside of us, not up there, not out there, not down there, here. It is literally consciousness, what we are made of, 0 point energy. And so I am excited to continue on this journey. I hope that this direction that I'm going in will serve you. And of course, I know that this will attract those who feel called to grow in this way and that feel called to receive this type of teaching, that resonate with this unique medicine that I have to offer. And those who don't will also move away and will be drawn to the teachings that will serve them. And that's absolutely perfect as it is. We are living in an era where it's not just one teacher. We are multiple teachers arising and rising across the planet, across the board. And we all have beautiful wisdom to share. And so it's absolutely okay to resonate with different teachers. And in fact, we are moving away from the era of the guru, where we were still placing our power outside of ourselves. And we are now looking to spiritual teachers and spiritual guides as exactly that, guides, not the almighty power that we must succumb to or that we must follow blindly. No, as guides who have walked the path, who are on this path, and through their own direct experience, through their own wisdom, are helping awaken you and remind you of your power, of your direct connection to God, of your spiritual gifts. And so that's the beauty of this age, is that there are so many of us stepping into this arena, and it's absolutely moving and touching to see. It is an absolutely exciting time to be alive. And yes, there is ultimately destruction happening, so much chaos, so much death. And that is why we must stay true to ourselves. We must be discerning, and we must choose to walk the path of awareness and consciousness if we are to align with our soul's path, and if we are to live from a place of peace and joy. And so, without making this video too long, I do want to wrap this up. I hope, again, this has served you. And if you feel called to receive direct guidance, direct help and support, you know where to find my offerings and my services. My details are below. I would be super, super happy to help you on your journey. The type of work that I do revolves around healing, transformation, energy work, the upgrade of the nervous system, and so much more. I am a polymath, and so I can't put everything that I do into a box. That's why I offer a free discovery call so that we can best decide and navigate what path to follow for your specific case. I do case by case only, and it is very catered to each client's needs. So if you feel called to receive that level of guidance and that level of support and energetic work, then you know where to find me. So thank you so much. Have a lovely day, and we will see each other very soon. Oh, and before I forget, if you do have any questions, or if you would like me to talk about certain things, about certain topics, then please do leave a comment below. And if you just want to let me know that you resonate with this, then please do also leave me a comment below. I love to know and to hear your thoughts. And of course, it really warms my heart if people are resonating, of course. And it also helps, of course, with engagement and sharing the work, so that this can reach all those whom it is meant to reach. All right. Thank you very much. Have a lovely, lovely, lovely day.